What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I am doing, well, I was trying to do some ratings, but YouTube keeps freezing. So I'm going to do a random read for the sign of Aquarius because your guys' energy has been bipolar as fuck for a long time. So we're going to do how the person, okay, so how you feel, how your person you're connecting with, and it could be on any kind of connection. I'm just going to pick up probably more than one, so I wouldn't just think this is only my connection, it's all about me, when there's probably a lot of people that watch this. If it's for you, you know, okay? And then there'll be one row for, excuse me. One row for how you feel, one row for how they feel. The bottom row will be what brings you together. And I feel like you are at a point where you've just been through a lot and you don't know if you are making the right decisions, because like it seems like the more people you involve yourself in, the more there's just like these shady things, you know, snakes at your feet constantly. And it's like maybe you made the wrong decisions in the past and people that you let into your life. And I think that you just were, you know, it's throwing your energy off, or it did in the past, and you're just at this point where you did things without thinking. Maybe you thought you were thinking correctly, but you weren't, and your energy was upside down for whatever reason, and maybe you got caught up a little bit in, you know, some extracurricular activities. And you guys got caught up in some shit. And you just kind of came to the realization about what it is that you need to do in your life to balance yourself out. And for some of you, it's going to be like not taking an opportunity that someone offers you for a relationship. Not taking any offers, period, for right now. Because it's like you need to find your own direction. And whatever ones are being offered to you or that were, you're just like, you really don't want to take them because you did before. So any old offers that are being brought into your life is part of Mercury retrograde. Any of your exes that come back into your life is to test you to see if you learned your lesson. It's a karmic lesson. So I would recommend not getting back into a relationship with an ex that comes back from your past. And if you have, oh well, but I think it's more about you coming into the realization that you keep putting time into the wrong things, that you just don't ever see the fruits of your labor for, you know? And it's like, you guys are just throwing yourself into work right now. And it's like, because I feel like that's what you need to do, you know? You're kind of worried about some finances, I think. And you're dealing with someone who's kind of emotionally unstable. More than one person. I'm sorry. It's not funny. You're dealing with more than one person who's emotionally messed up, and it's causing you yourself to be out of your element with depression and just feeling like you don't even know like what you really want anymore. Like, what really is something you want and desire to put your time and your effort into? And that comes with sex and everything else. At this point, you're just like, I don't even feel it. I don't even know what I want. And it's like, you're discouraged and you're insecure about some things in your life. And you need to figure out what makes you happy. Because you've tried to have relationships with people and all it ever really gave you was depression. Like, people let you down constantly. They disappoint you and you just feel empty. And it's like, but these are people you really wanted to be happy with. You didn't really understand who they were until you already tried a relationship with them and you're like, what the fuck? You know, I offer you a relationship and my emotions and this is what I get. I think that you guys are fighting your shadow side. Your shadow side has been revealed to you. You're in a fight with good versus evil. What are you going to You got some heavy ass energy coming towards you. And to be honest, it's a fair fight right now. It could go either way. And it's just like, you need to see something that you're not seeing, and like what the bigger picture is of what you're doing right now, because that's what's kind of blocking some things. You need to figure out how to bring peace to your life. You need to figure out how to be independent. You need to figure out how to be happy in your own, because sometimes you need to learn how to be self-sufficient so that people can't put you in the position to let you down. Because if you were the stable one, if you were the one that truly found like fulfillment and like happiness in yourself, then you could offer a relationship to somebody and it's not going to go in the wrong way. It's going to be a relationship that's healthy, that is with emotions, that's offered in the right way. I feel like the energy that you were in before, or this other person, just wasn't something that was supposed to happen in your life. And if you think about the people that you offered a relationship to, do you feel bad that it broke apart? Because how many days could you guys go without arguing? 2? And how many of those days were you sleeping or whatever? If you didn't sleep with people, what kind of things would we be in? You know, like, is it love? Someone's just really like pissed off at you because they want a relationship with you and you don't want to be with them. You have a new outlook on your version of what is going to keep you stable and what's going to stabilize your relationship, and this person isn't it. And this person was never really more than a friend to you anyways. I mean, maybe right now they're a friend. Maybe you want to be their friend, but you were with them in the past. Something like that. But it's like they're trying to bribe you with like, what, money? The fuck? Someone who... You could have been dealing with an earth sign who was a whore. I'm sorry. Someone who had quite a lot of experience, you know, with the dudes that are pretty fucking evil, which probably brought the evil energy into kind of your situation. You have to remember, soul ties when you sleep with people. You're taking on their energy too. This person you involved yourself in, the one that you know isn't good for you, the one that you know you should not be in a relationship with, the person she had in her life for however long, 4 years, is the evil energy that's kind of surrounding the situation. And you do need to stay away from it, because that's taking on her karma, but now it's your soul tie because you decided to sleep with her. Jesus, you guys are all over the place. Okay, so Ace of Wands. Having a new idea, wanting to have a new beginning, like a new job, romance. Like you want this with somebody that is kind of weird but interesting to you at the same time. Jesus, that scared me. I think it's like having the desire, but like you're overthinking it because you're trying to make everything perfect. And in that, you're a little bit like keeping yourself stuck in a way, because there's something that you need to work on in yourself, something you need to focus yourself on. And it's like your focus is off for some reason, and it's kind of keeping you stuck. And it's because you don't know what way you want to go. You don't know your direction right now. But what you should know is that you have the Empress here. Things are going to be good. You're going to have a new start where there is not only abundance, it's growth and expansion, something that can actually grow and expand. You know what I'm saying? With someone who is like-minded, with someone who can understand how you communicate, someone who came into your life at a time when things were really just falling the fuck apart. And there's energy of now another person from your past coming back into your life as well. Someone that sleeps around a lot, someone who you don't really want to try this again with. Even though you're lonely, or maybe you've slept with them out of loneliness, this isn't the thing that you should be involved in at this time. This is something you need to get a break from. This is something that you need to kind of recover your mind. You need to rest, renew the way that you're thinking about things. Some of you guys have a soulmate that can't even come into your life right now because you're so all over with your energy. It's like this person is legitimately your soulmate that you have all this chemistry with, but every time you make a plan with them, like it's just falling apart. Like you're really not, maybe you're trying to make it happen, but it's like you guys both are here, but nothing's really being done. It's more about you're not really taking action on this right now. You feel like they're lying about things or something. Maybe you just need to trust your intuition. Because you're kind of, worried about your stability. You just feel like everything is a failure in your life right now when it comes to finances and your life. There's a lot of fighting going on. And there's someone you don't even want to talk to anymore because you gave them a chance and it's just like they took advantage of the fact that you were nice to them before. You have the Lovers with the Chariot card. There could be a Gemini that you need to move away from. There could be a lover that, I feel like the basic thing that you guys need to kind of get away from is like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Because a lot of these connections, like if you want just sex, I feel like you don't even really, you kind of done that. You know what I mean? Like you're bored with it almost if you just wanted to sleep with someone. You're moving away from that energy, or this other person is, because, you guys did something to someone. Maybe you did something that no one knew about and you kind of got caught up in it and you're trying to make things right. But at the same time, this is something that you needed to lay down because you can't keep doing this shit. Like you don't want to do this anymore. You laid the burden down. You're like, no, you know what I mean? Like I need to do things on my own. I want to be free from this. Some of you guys were with a water sign who just was a fucking mess. 8 of Swords in reverse. You needed to see something. You were in a situation that you needed to free yourself from because this wasn't good. Whoever you were involved with, look at what you're surrounded by. Okay? Some mental issues times 5,000. And they came off like they were super supportive and nurturing. But how can they be that way when they're not themselves? Like they're not even stable. They're not even okay. And I think that you kind of were in denial about making this choice for your life. And you kind of figured out like, damn it, that wasn't what I thought it was. I might have made the wrong choice. And You have an ego the size of Texas. Okay? You have a problem with anybody telling you what to do. You would be the kind of person where somebody would say, don't do that, and you would go do it because someone told you not to do it. You are emotionally immature at this point, and I'm not saying that this is all the time. I'm saying that because of some things in your life, the way you express your emotions are chaotic. The way that you do things are chaotic. The person that you were dealing with could have been this energy. But that's a facade because you just really don't know how to express yourself in a healthy way. So you probably express it in a way that's explosive or just not at all. Because you need to forgive someone, you needed to move on from someone, you needed to understand that you need to recover from this energy that was really fucking toxic. Whether it was emotional, physical, whatever, straight fucking Lucifer, okay? There was a lot of toxic shit around you that you need to move away from. Sitting back and kind of taking a look around, what is it that you want to do? What is it that realizing, what you're not really going to fight for anymore, because you're kind of sitting back in the shadows, kind of thinking about life back up on your throne, taking back your power. But when it comes to fighting, you're just not fighting for things anymore. There's 2 swords laid down and she has one in her hand and she's looking at it like, you're just not interested in fighting about things anymore. You'd rather just work on yourself. You'd rather just figure out your life, figure out what's right for you. Because obviously if there's this much negative energy, things weren't right for you. You don't want to fucking fight anymore. You're sick of fighting with people. Especially people who are going through their own problems, not exactly a perfect marriage, okay? Not exactly a happy family right now. But you don't want to fight about it anymore. You're confused. You don't know what you want to choose. It's like you have a lot of things going on in your head and you're just like, you need to compromise and kind of clear your energy, but you just have a lot going on. You're confused. What do you want? You have options. Maybe you're dealing with a water sign who has options. But I feel like you're just like standing here like you feel invisible. You feel like this is boring. I don't even know what I want, is what you're saying. Like, what do I want? Maybe you need to realize that there's a cycle in your life that needs to end. That there's things could come back in a better way. Maybe you need to realize that when you go in and out of people's lives, you're not exactly closing the door on the way out. You're leaving a lot of things open to be reopened and visited is for lack of better words. And it's also keeping you stuck in that energy because you're not really ending things with people that you should. You're not happy. You're bored. There's something that you're just trying to find and you don't really want the person that is like standing here in your life. You have someone that's like standing here waiting for you, but there's a part of you that just is longing for something, but you just don't know what it is and you can't really explain how you feel. But you don't feel happy. And you kind of been down this road before. You've done everything when it comes to certain people and they don't make you happy. There's something you don't really even want to do anymore. And you've kind of came into enlightenment about the fact that you need to move away from a lot of things in your life when it comes down to balancing your life out and figuring out what you want, I think that you're making a decision for yourself. getting out of your head. You're not overthinking everything anymore. You're thinking like, there's a water sign, maybe that's here. That's your soulmate that you want to have a conversation with. Maybe you're just now noticing this person, or like coming into clarity about who they are and why they're in your life. Someone you're not walking away from, but it's just stressing you out. Someone, it's like you're exhausted, but you're resisting any type of change. Like you're still attached to things that you don't want to lose, but you don't want to put up with anyone who's being deceptive, and self-centered and dependent on you, but you need to balance yourself out. And maybe there's a reason why things didn't move forward before. You're just a lack of which direction you want to go. There's some things in your life that you just gave up on because it didn't work out. And a part of you is really depressed. A part of you just feels discouraged. A part of you just doesn't feel well. You don't know, like you just don't want the things that you used to want. And, I don't think that you really want to be single. But you just so your focus might be on your money right now so you can have a relationship. But you just don't, it's like you've done the thing where you kind of been sleeping with random people, but it's just like not making you happy. You're not happy. There's power in forgiveness, and it goes a long way. And you have someone in your life maybe that could be very healing and supportive to you, but you just you need to forgive someone who broke your heart. It's throwing your energy off and kind of fucking with the parts of your life. It's kind of affecting the direction of a lot of things. And it's like, maybe it's finding the strength to realize that maybe you made the wrong decision. Maybe someone else made the wrong decision. But if you want to continue forward, you're just switching your focus right now. There's a lesson you needed to learn. Something about how you normally do things and how to move forward. Maybe you're going back to school. Maybe you're having clarity about what it is that you want and why things have been so chaotic with people in and out of your life. I think that there's someone in your life that you're kind of noticing, but you're not really saying anything. There's someone in your life who was really chaotic and in and out, and they lie to you a lot. I see new things coming if you can recover, if you can rest. There's improvement, there's money, growth and expansion. There's a water sign who you know is your soulmate, but you don't really you haven't really made a decision about them because you're trying to balance your life out and you're trying to be, someone who does the right thing. You want to do the right thing the right way. But you need to learn a lesson here. Maybe you can learn something from this person. there's someone who wants to help you, someone who understands why you feel the way that you feel. Moving away from the things that you've already done, things that no longer interest you. Not staying stuck in the same energy with people who are really only about themselves and what you can do for them sexually or whatever the case may be. A lot of sexual energy that I don't think really interests you at this point. Maybe it did at one time. It's like you've done that already. You know, you kind of been down that road and you wanted something stable. And could be getting a promotion. I see money coming in for you, definitely. And you kind of figuring out what you want and taking on that energy to fight off the things that you need to kind of get rid of, and, you know, kind of recognizing your shadow side and letting it be what it is. And along with that, making the decision to leave people alone for good and closing out that cycle, because then the Wheel of Fortune can turn in your favor, then money can come into your life. Understanding that a heartbreak from the past, maybe 3 years ago, kind of is the reason why you were hesitant to be in a relationship, because you needed to learn how to work with another person. You needed to learn how to forgive people so that you can know what you want and not take any bullshit from the people around you. Making a decision to try this relationship with somebody and not overthinking it when it comes to stability, because it'll happen for you. Keeping balance with your emotions and letting go of the toxic things that are inside of you so that you can find love and have it in the right way if that's what you want. But you do need to make a decision about who it is that you want in your life. And I can tell you one thing, it's not anybody that you've already dealt with, because those people are all still shady as fuck and all about themselves, and you don't need to carry that energy right now. You need to let those people learn their own lessons and carry their own weight. Balance yourself out. Get an energy where you talk about the way that you feel with someone in your life. Maybe that you want to, that you chose them, or you are trying to compromise with them and take back control of your life. You're going to have strength. You're going to be like finding your strength when you connect with your soulmates and have this new beginning with them, where there is growth and expansion. Moving away from old things that you know no longer serve you. And really just not taking any prisoners this time. You're not taking anybody under your wing. You know, you kind of been there, done that. You're not about to keep helping people that can't help themselves, and letting things end that need to end completely. And there is no going back this time. Because you don't want to overthink something. You already know that this is something you've already done and it's not something you're interested in anymore. And you want to find something else.